And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray, Rock Cod, Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. Pete Gray here, along with Rock Cod, Rick, in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup. Very busy San Diego landings in Point Loma. Beautiful Southern California fall day here. Captain Benny Florentino from Coastal Charters, Matt Florentino from Salty Crew, father-son team extraordinaire here rad. In the world headquarters.
Having a great time, too. So great having the boys in here this morning, and lots of fun and lots of fish talk, and we got another hour of it, man. If you want to join us, we want to hear from you. Give us a call on the phone, 833-288-0973, or send us a text. Texts are super packed up. Yeah. Best option to get through this morning would be on the phone on that 833-288-0973. 0973. And man, not only are we talking fishing with both Matt and Benny, we're also giving away a couple of great prizes, and just so thankful to
show that Matt. He pulled one out on the of the package here, and this is what we're giving away today.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Salty Crew foul weather jacket, and we're giving away two,
nice.
One to a caller and one to a texter. So just a really cool opportunity for our guys out there, and
I
so
like
thankful.
It's super lightweight. He said it's stretchy.
Yeah, I think like what Rick was saying earlier, what a lot of guys are liking is that it's it's 20K waterproof, 20K breathable, but it's extremely lightweight, and then it has some stretch to it. So if you're pulling hoops or you're making casts, doing whatever you got to do, it's kind of moving with you. I'm in a kayak and I'm sitting in bibs, and I kind of forget I'm wearing bibs. It just moves so well.
It's so clearly a Salty Crew product, and what I mean by that is it's SoCal. Like most foul weather gear things that you buy, they're ultra warm, a little bit on the stiff side. Like they're designed to keep you warm when it's really cold. Like most often, we're not wearing that jacket because it's cold. It's because it's spray and wind and condition. It's kind of fog, and you got on the boat in the morning, and if it's cold, you put your hoodie on, and then you just wrap that over the top of it. And that's what I like about this thing is most jackets are just so much heavier than what we want. This is still lightweight and still very, very comfy. It's awesome. I think they just nailed it. I love that jacket.
Of course, that AFCO stuff is pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, I can't complain, being an AFCO pro. So, but I just, we were just talking a second ago. I just think that rain gear, just like fishing gear, you have the anglers out there have choices, right? So we're fortunate enough to be in a business where the business just gets better and better, and anglers have
the product.
Anglers have choices.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hey, phones are packing up. Texts are full. Let's go ahead and jump into the phones real quick.
You got it, buddy. How about this time we talk to Steve, and Steve's calling us from Dana Point this morning. Good morning, Steve. Thanks for joining us here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I love calling when Captain Benny's on the show, but let's put him aside because his kid is on.
Steve Catch.
What's up, Matty boy?
What's up, Uncle Steve? How are you, bud? You're not out there slaying him?
It's Uncle Fudd.
Heck yeah.
Come on, you guys stoke me out anyways. I follow you. I know you really well. I love your fishing, but my favorite part, especially when I met Benny, is his parenting and the way he is with his son. But the son, Matt, what you do with your boys and your wife and the trips you take them on and the time you spend with them, kid, is really awesome. And I hope you're sending a message to all the younger angler guys who might get carried away with their rod and reel sometimes and not pay attention to Mama and the kids. So great job, kid.
Steve, it all started with the beatings when he was little. Just kidding.
Benny, me and you are the age we suffered those lashings too. It's why we're good people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, sometimes you have to do that.
Thanks, Steve.
I saw those marks on Matt's back once.
No, joking aside, thanks, Steve. That's awesome, man.
That's nice.
Well said,
nice
buddy.
That's
cool.
Thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate that very much. Hey, on the line right now, our good buddy Arnie is on the line. He just coming back from a trip with the Mission Bell Mafia on the Mission Bell yesterday. Good morning, Arnie.
Good morning, Pete, Ricky, Benny, and Matt.
Morning, Arnie.
Yeah, we had the San Diego Rod and Reel Club's Big Fish Tournament on the Mission Bell yesterday, and I'll tell you what, a lot of people, some of the members were kind of skeptical with the way the fishing has been, but I tell you what, guys, you're never going to catch fish sitting on your couch. We went out there and we had a great day. I was Captain Todd, Anthony, and Jack, the chefs, and Karen. Karen and Gally, they took great care of us. We were about 30 miles southwest. And we ran into bluefin, dorado, yellowtail. It was a great day. The weather was awesome out there. I love October. The weather was so flat and so sunny and beautiful. And we did well. We had a first, second, and third place. First place went to Courtney MacArthur with a 105-pound bluefin.
Woo! That's great.
Second place went to Robert Eastman with a 47-pound bluefin. And Jolene Thompson, as Pete calls her, Jolene the Fishing Machine, had a 43-pounder.
Wow, that's great.
Jolene, wow.
It was an awesome day, and I tell you what, Cameron has a great operation. He was out, he didn't run this trip, but Captain Todd is extremely competent, put us in great positions to have great success. And I tell you what, if you think fishing is over this month, get out there, guys.
So what was the hot ticket to land a bluefin, Arnie?
Fly line. Fly line sardines. And I tell you what, Everingham Brothers, they had beautiful sardines. They had 4 to 6 inch sardines, and these suckers would run. They were great. It was great bait.
That's awesome, Arnie. Well, nice going, buddy. It's a great report, man.
Great
Killer.
report,
Yeah,
and nice job on the make good of the Big Fish tournament, because I know you guys had some issues on the one before, canceled because of mechanical issues. But glad you guys got out and caught the fish, Arnie. Appreciate the report.
Thank you very much.
Nice
Thank
going,
you very
Arnie.
much, and sorry, Ricky. Go Dodgers.
Yeah, we lost you there. I don't know what happened.
No, I'm with you, Arnie. Thanks a lot for I grew up as a Dodger fan. I have to be a Dodger fan, right?
Well, you don't have to on this radio.
Yeah, I know. I know it's tough on the fan, right? On the Padres station.
I got your back, Jeff. Don't worry.
Yeah. So, all right. You have a great text.
I thought so. Yeah, it was a fun one. It says, "Good morning, fellas. What a great show this has been. What a great weekend of Let's Talk Hookup this has been. Danny Wade yesterday, today with Benny and Matt. My question, or with Benny and Matt." Old school AFTCO, new school Salty Crew, Shimano sponsorship. With all this knowledge in here today, my question is about Cedros. I'm looking to get a PB calico bass, and that's it. What am I throwing? How do I target a big fish on my trip to Cedros? That's from Jeff in Huntington Beach.
Man. Well, Cedros. Yeah. I mean, the hard thing about Cedros is you're going to be so bit by 3 to 5 pounders. It's almost
factory.
Exactly. It's almost hard to find the big ones, but they're there. You know, if you see the big ones get caught regularly. I think you just put your time in. You know, pick your poison. If that's like a big weedless bait, surface iron, a big hard bait, you know, and then just see what's going, and then just stick with your guns, and then hopefully you get into a zone. You get especially. And I'm kind of like to target bigger fish. So if you get in a little spot that's around some boiler rocks, what have you, that looks juicy, especially in Cedros, there's a 99% chance there's one.
Looks like there should be one there. There is.
In my experience, I tucked away in a kayak on Jeff's deal, and then we're fishing yellows up by the salt factory, and it was a little tougher day. And I was like, I cannot not fish that inside stretch of reef right along the runway strip.
I know what you're talking about.
I was solo cholo wide open, fish up to 8 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
So cool. If it were me, I would pay one of the pongeros a little extra money and go fish that the northern end in those boilers and Punta Norte and get back in that stuff, because I've seen one over 10 caught there.
You have?
Many years ago. Yeah, we were fishing like 7 and 9 inch baits and big jerk baits in the boilers. And just spend time in that stuff. That's where those big ones are. If you're going to fish
in the boilers, not necessarily the kelp, but
not so much the kelp. Yeah, it's just they got to be big to survive in that surge back there.
Yeah.
And you guys have been there where it's to get there, it's kind of nasty, but once you're in there, you just think big fish the whole time.
I got absolutely ruined. We were on a Hobie trip with when Morgan and the boys were there, and I got absolutely ruined. Punta Norte in tight.
Yep.
We had just traded the lobster co-op guys some calicos for some lobsters, and then I made a cast in tight. Yeah. It's funny because we were doubled up. They wanted the bass, and they're like, lobster? I was like,
oh, sure.
Come on over.
And I got ruined just shortly after them. But it's just fishy over there.
The biggest fish I've ever seen came from there, and it wasn't on us. It was a funny story. Dallas and I were on the boat. It was just the two of us, and our captain was Javier, and we were having very good calico bass fishing, exactly what Matt described, 3 pound factory, and just fishing a 5-inch VA just kind of potholing in kind of slack condition, and we kept doing everything we could to convince Javier to fish with us. Hey, got an extra rod, fish, come on. And he was reluctant to do so. Finally, we got him to grab a rod. He made one cast, and he caught what he said was the biggest calico bass of his lifetime. It was an 11-pounder, and you had never seen somebody so bummed. He just he knew that in his mind we were the most stoked ever. He's a friend of mine. We were high-fiving, taking pictures, and he in his mind he knew that was his client's fish that he cooked, and he quit. He almost pouted for the rest of the day because he was so bummed to take that opportunity, which he didn't. It wasn't that at all. We're a team, you know what I mean? But it's the biggest fish I've ever seen, and I've never seen one close to that.
Wow.
And it was just...
And it was in tight there.
Just in the Los Elefantes on the around the other side. It was one of those days, and just potholing in the
good weather day.
Yeah.
Killer.
Fishing a bait halfway down the water column, got bite on the sink, and all of a sudden a grouper came up. It was awesome. Really fun. Yeah.
That's so fun. Hey, speaking of big fish, Corey Sandin just texted me and said, really enjoying this morning's shows, like father, like son, true gentlemen within the industry, both super fishing and always willing to share their information. Please say hi for me.
Oh, thanks, awesome. Corey.
And
that's
then
awesome.
I have a really good text, too, from a good friend of the show, and that's Bob in Newport Beach. He says, good morning, guys. Great show. I met Benny many years ago at Chili's restaurant here in Newport Beach, where he was a manager. He was very gracious and gave me his card, which I still have. I may have missed it, but will Benny be at running the new boat out of Newport?
I can, Newport or Long Beach. Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of going to be your zone?
Yeah. It depends. If I'm doing the east end of Cat, I'll run out of Newport. But for the most part, Long Beach is my home port. So.
That's kind of your home port.
Yeah.
And so are you and the new boat available for charter now?
Once I get it in my hands, I'm hoping next week it'll be available. So let's say November 1st it'll be available.
Okay. And do you have open dates?
I do. Yeah. And they can just reach me either Instagram at coastal_charters or my website at ben@fishcoastalcharters.com, or just text me or call me at 310-779-0397. And I'd love to talk about some prospects of dates and what you want to do.
December. Such a great time to fish.
Weather. Yeah. I mean, we talked not too long ago about fishing January 1st every year.
Oh, yeah.
40, 50 calico bass. It's a little chilly, but biting.
So?
Yeah.
What a cool way to start the year, too.
Oh, yeah. While everybody's hungover, we're out fishing.
I love it. I love it.
Gotta love it. All right. Yeah, phones are packed, so let's jump into it.
You got it, man. We're going to head out to Phoenix, talk to Mike, who's calling us from Phoenix this morning. Good morning, Mike. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, gentlemen. Hey, on the way over, going to do a 2.5 out of 3/4 on the outer limits. And what about the night bite? I hear a lot about poppers in daytime with the 15 to 40 pounders. But what's going on with the night bite?
Yeah, man, there was some tremendous fishing the last couple of days. We had just talked about the Pacific Queen came back. I don't recall if it was yesterday or the day previous, but a fantastic trip. I think they had close to 90 fish in the dark, 80 of which over 100 pounds. I mean, it was just fantastic, big nighttime jig fishing. Like anything that you gotta hit the right school, and those guys had a trip with some very good jig fishermen and had a lot of guys with appropriate gear. But yes, the big fish nighttime thing absolutely is still alive. The fun of what's going on right now is the options that exist. Just like Arnie said, from daytime fly line fishing with light line and a small circle hook to nighttime fishing with a 300-gram jig and big fish in the dark, all options are kind of on the table. Daytime popper fishing for the skiffs, plunker bites for the sport boats. It's fall. It's like exactly what we've all been after. But I think a 2-day on that boat in particular, you guys are in for a really good trip.
Oh, yeah. Good luck. Thanks
no
a lot
doubt.
for the
Outer
call
Limits
this morning.
A great rig.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. We had a fun text this morning. It says, hey, guys, I'm wondering what Benny and Matt's favorite rig for doing some spotty fishing in Mission or San Diego Bay. I fish from a kayak primarily. I'd love to know what your favorite rod, reel, line setup, and what I need to be tied on the end.
For me, I like fishing the... For bait-wise, I like the 1-ounce war bait spinnerbait in MB Special. I throw that thing all friggin' day, and I'm fishing it on either a Tranks 200 or a Corrado DC 200 with 50-pound Max Quattro and 30-pound fluoro AFCO Psycho Pro. And that's pretty standard. I just love throwing the blade in the grass, San Diego or Mission Bay. Yeah.
You do any trailer hook, anything, or do you just take that thing out of the package, tie it on, and chuck it?
No, just as is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
No need. They crush it.
What about you, Manny?
Oh, geez. So Mission Bay is probably my favorite. I mean, you guys have it so good down here. I'm staring at the bay right now between San Diego, Mission, and just
fishing.
Just grass fish are just fun as a whole. But yeah, I mean, I was going to say spinnerbait, so I'm same sort of deal. The 1-ounce in deeper water, like that 10, 12-foot channel edge, and then if I'm fishing shallow, like 6, 8 foot, that 3/4 ounce is kind of the go-to. But other than that, like, it's hard to pick one, you know, because like it's full for me. Like fishing spotties is just like green bass.
Yep. So
I'll have like a 3/8 half-ounce jig to pitch to docks, you know, that creature bait with a cross style trailer. And then if I'm chucking and winding, aside from the spinnerbait, you know, I love fishing a crankbait, you know, like a medium, like 12 to 14 foot diver at like Berkeley dredgers, you know, kind of the jam. Yeah, and then for me, it's like you can get by if you just had one rod, like a 7.3, 7.5 foot medium heavy action rod with like a 200 size reel, 40-pound braid, you know, and change up your leader if you need to 15 or 20.
And both both Mission and San Diego Bay super kayak friendly spots to go fish. Lots of big water, lots of small water, lots of docks. Like you can pick the type of fishing you want to do and find plenty of it in both those spots.
And for young people, I mean, they can foot it pretty much anywhere. You know, there's a lot of territory to walk in, cover areas. I mean, heck, right out of shelter, you just basically go left and where all the sailboats are parked. I mean, there's a lot of grass in there for a young guy to just go out there and just one rod and maybe 3 or 4 baits, whether it's a swim bait, a spinner bait, or a small crank. They can go out there and just spend a day.
The shore pound is very alive and well. Like we have a contingent of e-bike, backpack, single bass rod every single day at the shop. It's like 4 buds get together, like we need these 5 swim baits. Like this is what we got for cash for the day, and like out it's every day. It's for sure the shore pound is very alive and well right now.
Same in Newport, and all the secret spots are not secret anymore.
And are you guys, when you're fishing in the bay, lighter tackle, are you fishing any spinning gear?
I'll bring a smaller spinning setup if I need to, but typically, you know, like I have been messing around a little bit the last year or so with like a 7-foot medium action. That like 1/4 ounce, 3/8 neck breaker, and you could put like a smaller fluke on it if you need something a little bit lighter. But for the most part, I'm like, you know, trying to go after bigger bites. Yeah.
What about you?
Chuck and wind. I just like to just make a long cast.
What's your go-to light bait caster?
Corrado DC 150.
Oh, nothing better.
I mean, because then you could chuck you could chuck that 1-ounce spinnerbait or 3/4 ounce spinnerbait a mile.
Yeah,
and covering a lot of water.
You guys have mentioned neck breaker multiple times. For people that aren't familiar, because that's a unique, that's something different in the or newish in the swim bait or soft plastic world. Explain what a neck breaker is.
I'll let Matt talk about it more because he fishes it more than I do.
Yeah, I mean, I've been ever since AF came out with it for more baits. So essentially it's a pivot head. So you have, and he makes it from 1/4 ounce up to I think like 2 or 3 ounce. Basically it's the lead, from a lead head, but it's a through wire with a ring off the back, and then from there you could run a split ring to he has them packaged.
It's kind of like an articulated fly. But not without the hook on the front.
I'm not keen on my fly stuff, but I'll take your word for it.
But that's probably where you develop it from. Is if you look at like a lot of steelhead stuff and bigger rigs, like the articulated fly, they actually have 2 hooks on them, but they have that articulation in it.
Yeah, in all honesty, it's a lot like the biffle head. So Tommy Biffle on the green bass side, guys are fishing a football head with a creature bait, fishing like a crankbait. But what we're doing with it, with that head, you can change any hook on it. So I'm fishing a 1/2 ounce with like a 4/0 on the back end, fishing spotties, or I'm running a 1 ounce with the same 4/0 fishing the break wall. So it's super versatile. I mean, guys are changing the hooks out, fishing them in the surf with a little small little like number 4 with a little like Bass Tricks, catching perch and halibut. Guys are, my buddy caught some bluefin on him on a foamer last week. So it's super. And he ran I think like an owner Mutu or something off the back there on a swim bait. So it kind of, the opportunities are endless, and I do love that aspect with that neck breaker head is because creativity is endless. Guys fishing sea bass on it with
gives it more
rigs.
action.
Yeah, so it gives a little more of a swivel on it. And then with that wide gap hook, it's like pretty dang weedless.
You can put whatever hook suits the bait that you're fishing, long, short, small. Like you said, I've seen guys fishing sea bass with it. Put a big Aki twist on it and pin a squid to it, and so instead of a traditional lead head and squid, you're fishing that with whatever hook is appropriate for the size fish you're fishing for. It's cool. It's cool design.
Secondary action with that split ring of the pivot, especially for fishing squid. It kind of lets that squid kind of flutter a little bit. Secondary action.
Cool. Hey, time to talk about food. We all love food, right?
Oh, yeah.
And there's one place that's really got some great food, and that's Charlie's Landing right there at C4 Sport Fishing in Mission Bay. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And here's a cool thing. Whale watchers or fishermen, your first beer is just $1. All you do is show your ticket and your reservation, and with your entree you get $1 beer, which they have great selection of tap beers, and it's really a fun place to go.
One of my favorite things they do is the Charter Master package. So if you're the Charter Master of a trip, we had talked about that gentleman going down on the outer limits. If you got a construction group, you got a bunch of buds, whatever it is, and oftentimes everybody's scrambling to get food the night before, worrying about parking and everything else. You can set up an entire list from them, because not every trip has the galley opening on your departure night. They'll put a package together with whatever size your group is. You got 15 guys and you want to have burgers and fries or barbecue or ribs or whatever else, you let them know. They'll have the trays ready to go, all the food, all the sides, all the drink, everything ready for your entire group. Nobody's got to worry about food. You just grab the aluminum pans, take them right down to the boat. Everybody's covered.
Yeah, it's a great solution, and you guys, all your guys will love you for it too, because their smash burger is probably one of the best.
Charlie's is the jam.
You like it? Oh, you like it, huh?
So when I come down, meet the boys at Crow's Nest, we'll either grab a sandwich at Dana or we'll hop over to Charlie's, and between the tacos, the smash burger, and they got salty crew on tap too.
Oh, they have salty crew on tap. Yeah, there you go.
Which you can get for $1 if you're going to get a burger.
Yeah, Brent Crenshaw, who's the owner, he named it after his daughter Charlie. And it brings back, because it originally was called The Landing, and that's why Charlie's Landing, his daughter, and then the original name Landing. Brant's a licensed captain. He knows his stuff and is a great guy and a great restaurateur, too. It's not his only game in San Diego is Charlie. So he really knows what he's doing when it comes to the restaurant business.
Well, that's the thing about catering. Like, one of Brant's specialties is catering big event, or catering all events, small party to 1,000 people. And so that's, when you're getting...
Talk to him about catering your party.
Yeah, but when you're getting your group for the boat, it's not necessarily just what's on the menu at Charlie's. Like, dude, you call those guys, they make it happen.
Yeah, for sure. Charlie's Landing right there at C4 Sport Fishing in Mission Bay. You might see Matt there.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, well, hey, let's jump right back into the phones. They are packed solid. This time we're going to talk to Charles. He's calling us from La Mirada this morning. What's up, Charles? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
My question is, I've taken my first stance at a lobster trip on my own boat, and I'm kind of flustering around with not being able to reel back in the pods because I have a little bit of a back issue. So I was curious if there was any mechanism or device that I might be able to use to assist me in getting those pods back into the boat.
Ace line hauler.
Yes, there is.
Once you go ace, you never go back. I have one on my boat. I was out Thursday, and it's just it's a lifesaver. They're not cheap, $500-600. You have to set up a little Scotty setup in your rod holder, which is super easy to mount it. You have to have basically an exterior plug, a plug, or you can actually wire it right to your battery. It's not that big a deal to wire them, but 12 volt. But the Ace line hauler is a game changer, especially when it comes to old guys like us that don't have the best backs in the world, right?
Yeah, and if you're if you're hooping deep, it's It's the ticket, man, for sure. You said it best. It's not super cheap, but it's not going to kill you either.
No,
and if you really like hooping and that's keeping
and
you
it lasts you a lifetime.
Exactly. And that's keeping you from going or it's crushing you the day afterwards, man, you deserve it. Get it. It's awesome.
AceLineHauler.com. Just check it out, buy it. They're super nice people. Vartan, it's a Canadian company, and they'll ship it right down to you.
Yeah, the thing is there's several options out there. The reason this one is right is it's fast. There's a lot of pullers, but a lot of pullers were from like the previous crab time when you could fish a trap where it didn't matter how fast or how slow it went. But this thing pulls at the same speed, if not faster, than you would be pulling by hand.
It's the Brutus.
Yeah, it's very important for your
called
hooping.
The Brutus.
It's the one,
They
man.
modified it. So AceLineHauler.com. Check it out. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Hey, with that said, we're going to find out what's going on in the water. It's time for our FishDope.com report by the Angler's Realtor, Yosef Husseini. Today, that catch report is sponsored in part by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego, where you get the premier processing experience. You can check out their easier online system to book your processing orders for your long-range trips, and with more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity, the finest customer service. Stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishermansprocessing.com and be sure you make your reservation when you book your next long-range trip. We got the man. Yosef's on the line. What's up, buddy?
Not much, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Great.
Excellent. I understand there was some good fishing this week.
Oh, God. It just like somebody flipped a light switch day before yesterday. And everything's biting for the most part. But I'll start with my normal report. Up north, Santa Monica Bay, inshore action is really good for calico bass, bonita, and short barracuda. All in the Rocky Point area, Palos Verdes, along the beach, the calicos are biting really good. Deepwater rockfish fishing has been really good as well up in the area. Catalina on the front side, best action is from the east end of the isthmus. There's barracuda, bass, bonito, and a few yellowtail mixed in. Backside, yellowtail has been biting the past couple of days, but not as good as it was recently. Same deal with San Clemente. As far as the bite goes, it is a early morning deal into the early morning. Smaller grade of fish now, from hole in the wall to fish hook. There is some bigger fish being caught in the backside, but it's few and far between. Really good calico bass fishing on the backside. La Jolla, it's been short calico bass. There's a lot of them, and some smaller bonita and barracuda. The island's kind of turned off a little bit. What's been hot down there, which really turned on the past couple of days, is the rock pile bite. 12 to 20 pound yellowtail. Got to use fluoro. They're a little line shy, but there has been some good hauls over there, and a little bit of sampling of lingcod and sheephead in the area. Now on to the banks. Tuna fishing the past 2 days has been ridiculous. There are 40 to 60 pound bluefin about 10 miles off of Mission Beach right now that were foaming yesterday. Had a few buddies out there that crushed them, got limits quick. Decent sized fish too. All the banks for the most part, Cortez, Tanner, everything bit. Pretty much all the banks, in our local area, 425, 390, to the 9 Mile bank have tuna on them, and they are willing to bite during the day right now. Really good fishing. Finally turned on. It's here.
It's October.
Fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it,
great
buddy.
weather, great fishing. Time to go fishing right now.
Yeah.
And what's the real estate market like?
Real estate market's really picking up. I closed 2 this week. I've got 3 new ones on. Just put a condo in Santee up. People are starting to buy. My last couple have sold under a week. Market's moving. We've taken more loan applications than ever in the past month or so. So you're really going to see some action here. Feds did just lower the rate again. That is the short term. We don't see it too much in the mortgage market, but we should be seeing that really falling around Q1 of next year.
All right, fantastic. That's good news. And I gotta say, I had one of that nature-fed beef New York strips last night. Oh my, that stuff has so much flavor, from the ground beef to the steaks to everything about it. The nature-fed beef the flavor is insane.
Have you had those balls, those carne asada, like that thin cut too? That's like my
asada?
favorite thing in there. They're so killer.
Yeah. Do you have any of that left?
I'm glad you guys liked it. Me?
Yeah.
We've got carne asada. You guys need some more?
No. I'm saying, are you guys still have some quarters left?
For sale? No, we are pretty much out. I've got 1 quarter left that I've been sandbagging, but we're going to be out for about a month and a half.
Okay, but people, if they want some nature-fed beef, they could book it.
Yes, they can hop onto the website, just purchase it like normal, and we will, as soon as you place a purchase on the website, we'll follow up with you with an email and let you know an approximate delivery date. Right now, we're about mid-November is when we're going to be shipping again. We are going to stock like we did last year, and we should be good through the rest of the year. Great.
All right. naturefedbeef.com. And, of course, how do we find you, Joseph?
You can get me on my cell phone, 619-277-2169. You can also get me on my website at sportsmansrealty.com. If you'd like a free home evaluation, you can go to SoCal Home Eval, and we'll kick you out a home evaluation.
Awesome. Great job, buddy. As always, appreciate a great report. And, man, let's just hope we keep doing them like this. Flat, calm, great weather. Woo! Every bank in SoCal has fish on it, and they're all biting.
That's it.
It's my kind of report, buddy. All right. Great job, bro. We'll talk to you next week.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Joseph. Again, that's going to wrap us up today. Sponsored in part by Summit Gasoline at the San Diego Sports Arena. That is the place to fill up your car, your truck, or your boat with the lowest in gas and diesel prices. Do you know that Summit is also the place to get the lowest prices on ice and snacks before your trip? They've got over 40 snacks for just 89 cents, as well as sandwiches, frozen bait. They got fresh salads made daily. Ice is nearly half the price of other places at only $3.99 for a 25-pound bag. And if you do a 35-gallon fill-up, they'll give you 100 pounds of ice for free. It's Summit Gasoline.
And give you 50 cents less or more off your price of your gasoline,
too. They're so rad. Yeah, I love it, man. It's the spot, no doubt about it. Easy pull-through with your boat and trailer. Summit Gasoline, free ice for Let's Talk Hookup listeners, and always the lowest prices on gas at the San Diego Sports Arena. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more texts, and a lot more with Benny and Matt. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. When you're pursuing big game fish, the right gear is essential. Not just the rod, reel, and line, but the right pair of binoculars, too. So upgrade your gear to the best pair of Fujinon stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Baker Marine has been selling binoculars for decades, and more importantly, they service all brands right there at their San Diego Shelter Island location. Need the best? Fujinon Stabiscopes are the professional's choice. Looking for top-tier stabilization at a great price? The Fujinon TechnoStabi TSX 1440s deliver rock-steady vision, even in rough waters, perfect for serious anglers. Baker Marine is the largest Fujinon retailer on the West Coast, and when you buy from them, they'll be there when your binoculars need service. Plus, they'll give you a great price on all in-stock Fujinon binoculars. Stop by their store on Shelter Island in San Diego and test a pair of Fujinon binoculars and see which ones are right for you. They even have compact and lightweight Fujinon stabilized binoculars for your next vacation or hunting trip. You know you need a pair of stabilized binoculars, so get them from the experts at Baker Marine. Learn more at bakermarine.com.
This is Duke Ekstrom from the Royal Star. In 1983, a group of intrepid anglers envisioned crafting the best sunglasses on the water. It's true now as it was then. Costa's performance frames excel in the toughest of elements. These styles are packed with functional features that create a competitive advantage for any adventure on the water. From the lake to offshore, Costa's Performance Collection has a legacy of helping anglers stay on the water longer. Learn more at CostaDelMar.com.
Hi, this is Christy Wheeler with Dawson & Associates Insurance, your full-service agency specializing in boat insurance, including charter, commercial, and personal use boats, business insurance, and travel insurance. We work hard to get you the most coverage for the best prices and guarantee the lowest rates available on all the travel plans we offer. So give us a call today at Dawson & Associates Insurance at 619-460-5615 for a free quote today.
The reels that Southern California anglers have been waiting for are here. Shimano is proud to introduce the all-new Talica 40A and 50A reels. The Talica series is Shimano's flagship 2-speed lever drag reel. It sits at the very pinnacle of the offshore world. Shimano has increased the fishability of the larger Talica models by reducing rotational resistance at high drag and improving durability in critical positions within the reel. The all-new Talica 40A and 50A now boast Infinity Drive, which employs 2 drag washers housed on the side of the reel, allowing for an ultra-smooth, powerful drag system, while at the same time increasing winding power under a load by as much as 40%. The new Talica is built around a more compact, cold-forged machine aluminum one-piece frame. Plus, there's also a new higher high gear built with a Southern California angler in mind. The new Talica 40 and 50A are available now at your local Shimano dealer.
Take a closer look at the Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. You'll see adventure, discovery, and even a little mud. These 4x4s provide the muscle, tech, and durability to go anywhere. Get your ideal combination of power and capability to handle whatever comes your way with the GOAT modes. That's goes over any terrain. It's time to see Ford in a new light. New inventory has arrived. Visit your San Diego County Ford dealer to take a test drive today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. What a great show this is with Matt and Benny having a lot of fun. And
so many texts, so many calls, and thanks for everybody for doing that and participating too. Great text here from John in Fullerton. Good morning, guys. Great show. As always, I'm up here in Bakersfield on the Aqueduct, rocking my Salty Crew gear, looking for stripers. Question: when fishing Alamitos Bay, would you concentrate on Marine Stadium or would you go up in the channel? That's kind of your territory, right, Matt?
Yeah, I fished Alamitos a bunch over the years. For me, like that Marine Stadium's good for some bites, but wintertime you're probably good as long as boats aren't ripping around in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guys fishing them if he's fishing off the bank, I think you could get away with it, but I do like some of those back channels. There's some areas of grass, some places where the river meets, the main channel, can be good. And also just like the docks and structure around there. There's some really sneaky stuff in Alamitos that you'd be surprised nearby the launch ramp, what you can catch.
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
There's a hot tip.
Well, I know I'll fish. If I have a later charter, I'll literally just, when I drop the boat in, I'll put the trolling motor down and fish from the dock all the way up and around the corner. There's so much grass that goes all the way to the channel, anywhere from 2 feet to 12 feet. And, I'll side image all that stuff and just throw a spinnerbait up and down that till I catch a few. Yeah, and it can bite really good, especially if the bait's in there. That spotty will come up and chase it. We've got them up to over 2 pounds. Heck, I had a kid get one 3.5 right off the dock.
Crazy. 3.5 spotty?
3.5 pound spotty.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah, right off the dock.
That's a big fish.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, it was always the Mike Gardner school of thought. It was the quarter ounce lead head, the small 3-inch swim baits, light spinning line. Is that done ever anymore? It seems like everything is so power fishing, big bait, force fed. Is that just overwhelmingly proven the way to catch big ones and numbers? Like you just don't seem to see the 6 pound spinning rod and a
it's how
scrounger
you want.
head these days.
Yeah, it's how you want. I mean, the kid that caught it on a 3-inch swim bait on 10 pound, on a spinning rod.
Yeah.
So, but guys drop shot it. They're drop shotting a lot of that, especially in the docks. They're flipping drop shot in the docks or fishing, rock piles. And, everybody has such technical gear now on their kayaks, but some just freestyling in tubes. The guys are set up by the bridge right there by the dock because there's always water flowing in and out. So
yeah, you can pick your poison if you want to take that approach. You're going to get bites for sure. Yep. A small 3-inch grub on a quarter ounce, what have you, 6-8 pound test. That's kind of standard op. But also like when you get broken off by a good one in the docks, or even you get stuck in grass and you start losing baits. What I've learned is those spotties are not line shy by any means. They're aggressive, so you can. They'll eat an A-rig like we're talking about, a big umbrella wire, like they have no problem crushing anything. So.
You don't need to worry about 6 pound if they're biting a bait that's attached to a coat hanger.
100%. Yeah.
You use a lot of freshwater techniques when you're fishing spotties?
I do. Yeah. So one of my favorite things to do, even if I'm not catching them, is just flipping docks. So skipping jigs under docks, under moorings, that sort of thing.
Crankbaits too?
Crankbaits, yeah. I love fishing cranks on the edges. Yeah. I take a full freshwater approach. My deck looks like I'm going to go fish the lake. I got spinnerbait, I got a crankbait. I got skirted jigs, I love that. Little deep diving jerk baits, and then some of the new stuff now too. Like the last few years, the trend's been guys fishing little 15, 20 gram little slow pitch jigs, flipping the docks. It's actually a really efficient way to cover a lot of water, and it's all reaction bite. Or those axe blades, the Tamiki axe blade. That's kind of
axe plate.
Axe blade. Yeah, it's a little like half ounce, 3/4 actually. 3/4. It's like a lead small bait, about 2 inches, but it's got a blade off the back end. It's basically like a tail spinner.
Do you remember what a Little George was?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a new school version of that.
Oh, okay.
Much cooler.
Cool.
And that thing too, like I take that axe blade if I'm in Baja, if you're fishing off the beach, that thing will catch anything.
Really?
It'll catch anything. You don't have to rip plastics, just rod tip up high. We were down in Los Barilas catching all sorts of little grouper and stuff.
And you can cast them a mile.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
Sounds like fun.
That thing's cool. Hey, I had another fun text come through. It says, good morning, guys. What a great show this has been. I got a question about conditions. Is there anything that the two of you like to see in terms of weather or time of year that help you decide whether you start on front side or back side of the island? Also, a personal question for you both. If you had to pick Catalina or Clemente Island to only fish the rest of your life, what are you choosing? That's from Rory in Lakeside.
Ah, good question.
Go ahead, shoot.
If I had one to fish the rest of my life, if Clemente was quarter of a mile away, absolutely, all day long, because of the variety and the chance of catching a bunch of 3 to 5 pounders. I enjoy it. One, it takes you 2 hours to get there. It's very adverse. It's not for everybody.
Navy issues.
Yeah, I mean, if there was no Navy issues, if there's no weather all day, just because it's hard to get to, it's one of those things where Catalina is very accessible. It's less than an hour. If you do run into weather, it's still an hour to get home, even though we've had 2.5 hour trips coming back from there, depending on where you're at.
Of course, now with your new boat, Clemente's an hour away.
It's the fastest is like an hour and 15 from the west end of the Newport.
Whoa, hour and
like
15?
40 knots. Yeah.
Oh my God,
just cruising.
That's so cool.
Drinking a beer in the cup holder. This was a off work day, but that's what I would say. I mean, Clemente. But I tell you, fishing the beach, Palos Verdes, my home turf, man. You can't beat that for anything. I mean, you don't know what you're going to catch, but I've had more 10-pounders caught on the beach than anywhere. So I just think condition-wise, you just got to figure it out. You can tell everybody about, you like this, you like that, but I've always heard guys catching them in the worst possible place at the worst possible time. It's right place, right time.
Well said.
All right. Very good. You have a good text, huh?
This one is, good morning, guys. What a great show. Speaking off what you just talked about, fishing PV. Benny, what is your favorite technique for fishing PV coastline for those big bass that are there? Also, growing up in Carson, I played in a marching band for years in the 80s with Chris Florentino. Any chance you guys are related? Thanks for everything, John and Carson.
Yeah, Chris is my younger brother. And that's so ironic. That's a few years ago. And PV, favorite technique, man. I mean, we were fishing a standard 5-inch swim bait the other day, catching bass in shallow. That would probably be if I can keep it as simple as possible. But I tell you, the 10s that were caught on 5-inch. One was a swim jig, and 2 were on weedless, small 5-inch weedless bait.
Really?
So. You just, I don't know. It's hard to say.
It doesn't necessarily need to be, though, a giant
9-inch
right.
mega. No, because the old saying, everybody says it, but elephants do eat peanuts. They really do.
Yeah, for sure. Let's jump back on the phones.
You got it, man. How about John from Escondido up next here on Let's Talk Hookup? John, good morning. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Two questions. Do you guys do any lobstering? And I've got a granddaughter that's 10 fishes a little bit with me. Do you have an age limit on kids?
I don't do any lobstering, but as far as age limits, no. As like I always tell dads and anybody who brings kids, the trip is about them and not you. And I'm there to help, guide, mentor, teach, entertain, but you are still the guardian. And when kids act up, I will just call your name, John, and that means
take care of the situation.
Take care of the situation, because I am not that. I'm the good guy. I'm the good guy on the trip.
Yeah. I'm sure you've done a bunch of what tends to be the perfect trip. Father bringing son, grandpa bringing grandson. Is it spotty fishing in the bay somewhere? Like what? I'm sure you've experienced all of them. If somebody's wanting to do that, what's the right trip?
I don't know.
I'm guessing a 2-hour run to Clemente in tough conditions is not the right trip.
No,
for the young guy,
I deter that. Even Catalina sometimes. Even though we took Matt's son Diego and my other grandson Tristan out for the first time to the island.
How old are they, Matt?
He's 7.
Yeah. 7 and 10.
Okay.
And I'll speak, fishing with him and a kid,
Yeah.
Honestly, probably the best fishing would be that like summertime rock pile, spawn type situation where, you're in open water, you're not in the kelp getting snagged every 10 seconds, not fishing structure, but you're just spot locked on spot. It's just what I grew up doing, fishing sport boat stuff, but you're just in a private boat. July
and early August, catching sand bass on structure with small swim baits, and because you're catching, there's a difference between fishing and catching, and the goal is to catch.
Yeah, we went out, we caught maybe 40 fish in like 2 hours, and it was like full gentleman start, like
sand bass bite.
Yeah.
How's it get better than that?
No, it's biting, and they took a break, ate lunch, and they went back at it.
And big fish.
Cheetos, juice box, and a couple sand bass.
Count me in.
Yep. Hey, I have a great text here from let me open it up here. From Matt, and he's up in the LA area, and he says, "Good morning. Question for Benny: what conditions do you look for to use the surface iron for calicos?"
If there's kelpy areas, I look for it laid down, shallow. As long as there's not a lot of junk in the water where the jig isn't able to swim, I'll throw it whenever I possibly can. I love throwing the jig for bass. That's just my number one. When I go to Clemente, I fish 2 baits. I fish a weedless and a surface iron. That's it. Simple. Real simple.
There's never a bad time to fish the iron. To be honest,
100%.
And I just learned from, even as a kid going to sport boats, you always bring the surface iron rod, no matter what. And
you gotta have it.
Kelps lay down, good current, ideal condition. If there's a little bit of that grass stuff you're talking about, it's a little tougher to fish, but I would still try to fish it regardless. Sometimes you get those spots where you may get 2 or 3 cranks where the jig swims good, but that might be where you get bit and then you're hung up. But always make a few casts with the jig.
Big ones like eating it too.
They do.
Oh my gosh, and always good ones. Yeah. My 210s came on the surface iron.
Oh my god, that's so rad.
It's just
fishing tournaments back in the SWA days. Is like Spicer would always be on the jig,
yeah.
And I would be fishing a swim bait or something, or a hard bait.
Yeah.
It's just.
It draws strikes.
And you're attached on heavy gear.
Yeah.
You got them on
the
a
right
big reel,
stuff,
and you can move that fish.
Yeah.
And
I'm fishing 80 and 60
I love
for bass. But, you might accidentally hook a big sea bass or a yellow or
these foamers are right
over. Or those foamers.
Yeah, totally. Corey's school of thought.
Yeah.
Fishing heavy.
Hey, the goal is to hook them and get them in the boat.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Adam from the New Loan sent a text because he tried calling in. I don't know how we missed that call or where it was or whatever, but sorry about that, Adam. And on Chris Yamada and John's, John's on the boat too from CalStar. A very good action so far with a few bluefin up to 100 pounds range this morning at Graylight. We've also got 50 or so yellowfin on board, nearing our limits of school-sized bluefin. Jeez. This morning, 30-pound and a number 2 BKK circle hook has been the ticket. We are very happy to continue to see the signs of fish around and have some available trips coming up in November. Hope to see you guys on the boat. That's cool.
Get out of here.
Good
Get out of here. What is...
That's great
it's
fishing.
8:45 right now. Like, we're just about done with limits. School-size fish.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thanks,
good
Adam,
going, boys. That's cool.
That very much. All right. Good stuff.
Yeah, Adam Williams,
He's a killer, man.
No doubt about that. Hey, had a fun text come through. Says, good morning, fellas. Can Matt share a little bit about the Fathom Tech collection from Salty Crew? Looks like really cool warm flannels to wear on the boat between stops at night or maybe after morning surf. Are they fleece lined? They look really great.
Oh, yeah. So the Fathom Tech we're pushing that really hard coming into fall, winter. We just got that new line in. But the Fathom's a line of, we have the Tech flannel is probably the most favorite. It's a good versatile. It has stretch, has a DWR, so it's water resistant. And then we talk about the fleece line shacket. That one's really popular, especially coming into the fall, winter. So it has a look of just like a classic, kind of flannel, kind of classic timeless style to it. But it's got a polar fleece lining on the interior, snap buttons, got a utility pocket. Also it's water resistant. And then we have a new one we just came out with this year is the Fathom Jacket. It's kind of like a hooded flannel kind of style, a little more of that workwear sort of a vibe. Dual pockets, DWR coated, but it has a grid fleece on the interior, so it's insulated. So,
ultra warm.
With your hooping, if you're out fishing, or just
so that flannel, the flannel look, like the surfer look kind of look, but it's waterproof.
Correct. Yeah, it's got a water resistant coating on it. So quick dry. It's got it's got stretch, kind of all those technical features of it, but has that just timeless aesthetic that you can wear out.
I see Ron Lane wearing it.
Oh yeah, Ron's Steve's master for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Let's jump back on the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. How about this time we talk to Chuck? Chuck's calling us from Dana Point this morning. Good morning, Chuck. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. Yo, Chuck. Looks like we got no Chuck there, so how about we continue with the phones and talk to Hills? He's calling us from Ventura this morning. We got you there, Hills?
Yes, sir.
What's
good
up?
morning, you guys.
What's up, Hills?
Morning, Hills.
Hey, good morning. Quick testimony on one question. So my buddy Chava and I, we won a half-day trip when Benny was on the radio show. So we looked into upgrading because neither of us had Fish San Clemente, so we did that, and it was epic. I think it was on one of Benny's older boats. It was like a Ranger or something. And Benny warned me. He said, make sure you bring like a foul weather jacket or something because we're going to drive fast and you can get wet. So I did. I brought like a Nike windbreaker thing or something. Chava, of course, was in the shotgun seat chatting it up with Benny, and I was in the back just getting blasted because Benny drives fast. So you got to love it. And then Clemente was amazing. It was like Charlie don't surf, and the Navy was there, and the Navy guys are all cruising by waving at Benny, so I think he gets a pass. But
special pass. Hey, Hills, thanks a lot. Hey, send me your address because you won a couple weeks ago, Hills. So thanks a lot for the call this morning. Appreciate that very much. Chris Barrick from the East Cape sent a text here and got me all fired up talking calicos and boiler rocks, something I truly miss living in the East Cape. Been doing some exploring on the southern Sea Cortez Islands for Cabria. San Jose Island can be really good in the spring. Ben, Matt, you guys would love it. Great to hear you guys on the show.
Oh, cool. Chris is a legend.
One of the old
freaking
nighttime Coronado Islands with him and Jim Edwards.
Yep.
They used to always invite me, and I go, man, I'm not a nighttime guy.
When we were down in Los Briles, I got to hang out with Chris for a little bit.
Did you go to his house?
I didn't go to his house,
Beautiful
but
house.
we were at Palmas de Cortez, and then he passed me a box of his. He's got these really rad those wood.
Yeah,
and it's like a
cool,
popper
right?
front face cup deal.
Oh yeah, his
marlin lures. Yeah, I fished him a little bit. I've yet to
amazing.
he's telling me all the stories of him.
He
and
gave
Jimmy.
us a couple to give away at the tournament.
Yeah.
They're absolutely.
And then all the night fishing stories. I love to fish at night. So him and Jimmy at the islands, just hearing all that stuff. And I love picking the brains of all. There's some really really sharp legend guys out there.
Not a lot of guys have had the cojones to take that up and run with it. Those guys caught a ton of big ones at the Coronado Islands.
Big ones.
A ton.
Yeah.
And I think that fishing just about died with those guys. If not, it's being very appropriately kept under wraps as it probably should be.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
100.
And you used to like to fish at night a lot.
Oh, I still do.
does.
That's probably my.
What about you, Benny?
Oh, I like my bed better.
Yeah.
No vampire fishing. For
No.
Yeah, night fishing, because that was like, even like when I was going in college and working, just 9 to 5, that's when I could fish. Summer now, and like,
Sure.
so me and Randy fished the wall, fished all of that, and then now I just fish off my kayak at night. And I mean,
Do you?
I have some tremendous fishing at night, and some, sneaky spots that like
Mostly calicos?
mostly calicos, yeah. But I mean, when the sand bass movement had a really good sand bass
What do you
bites last
fish
summer.
at night?
I'm fishing that 1 ounce neck breaker with that
neck breaker.
5-inch booty spin situation. That or like a skirted jig, like a 3/4 1 ounce, either with a swim trail on the back or like a cross style trailer.
Any faster, any slower than daytime? I mean, do you treat it exactly like you would in the day, except it's dark, or do you slow things down? I mean,
I do kind of slow things down. Like daytime, I'm chucking wine, psychopath. But at night, I'll kind of really methodically, work the water column, bumping rocks. And I've caught fish up to 9.5 pounds, doing that.
9.5 pounds.
This past summer, I was on a sand bass bite at an 8, a 7, a 6, and just
my
nuts.
God.
And I'm like right outside of like some like really close stuff.
Yeah.
All by myself.
Like right there.
From here to the end of the dock.
Wow.
I can't imagine what the man screams are like with an 8, a 7, and a 6 all by yourself in the dark. Good times. Hey, speaking of good times, we're going to find out who's got themselves a couple of Salty Crew gear, new jackets. We got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan. Everyone has their go-to fishing spot. My spot is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. Rock Cod Rick here to say if you're looking for the ultimate Alaska experience and the best value in Alaska, it's Kingfisher Charters. Owner Seth Bone and his crew consistently deliver deluxe accommodations, the finest food, world-class fish processing, and top-of-the-line fishing experience. We've literally sent hundreds of our listeners to Kingfisher, and they all can't wait to go back. Most Alaska resorts make big promises, and they don't deliver, or they'll nix nickel and dime you to drive up the cost. But not Kingfisher. Everything is included. Your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, your gear. Literally all you need to bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. They also have the finest boats and charter captains in Sitka, all for the ultimate value. Take it from me. Book your trip to Kingfisher Charters and you'll thank me. Kingfisher Charters. 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Ready for the largest event in our history. Saturday, November 1st, it's Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego. We'll have great savings from Daiwa on Saltist, Saltiga, and the entire electric reel lineup. A fantastic offer on the Proteus rods and SK jigs, too. Over 20 manufacturers reps, including Daiwa, plenty of seminars by saltwater experts, huge raffle, and most of all, incredible deals on tackle. Up to 60% off. Tackle Day at Fisherman's Landing, Saturday, November 1st.
Enter into fall with powerful deals on new Yamaha outboards during Yamaha's Fall into Savings sales event. From now until December 8th, 2025, purchase a new eligible Yamaha 30 to 450 horsepower outboard and get up to 7 years of coverage protection plus up to $500 in dealer credit for 150 to 450 horsepower outboards. Looking for lower horsepower? Yamaha's got you covered. Purchase a new eligible Yamaha 2.5 to 25 horsepower outboard and receive up to $700 in dealer credit. Visit your local Yamaha dealer today. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Offer ends December 8th, 2025. Subject to change. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Select models exclude 24 or 36-month Yamaha extended service contract added to factory limited warranty. Choice offer to Florida residents is a 24 or 36-month Yamaha limited warranty. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. Cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWormerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Hey, it's time to find out who the big winners are of the Salty Crew jackets. And congratulations, Brad in San Diego and Mike in Phoenix. This is normally when we flip the coin, but Salty Crew hooked up both the texter and the caller.
The caller, so thanks. I will be calling you, getting the addresses, and Matt will send those out to you with the proper size. And Matt and Benny, so great. Salty Crew gear, how do we find it?
Yeah, saltycrew.com. Find us on the website or on Instagram. Look up Salty Crew. See all the
all
right
over
content.
Yeah. And of course, Ron Lano at Fastlane, they have a great selection of Salty Crew gear.
That's basically Salty Crew HQ. And then you go to Fisherman's, you can find Salty Crew.
Fisherman's.
Especially San Diego.
Yeah, Dana Landing has it.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Benny, how do we charter you? I want to go.
Yeah. Instagram, coastal_charters. Fishcoastalcharters.com is my website. And you can text or call at 310-779-0397. And thank you for all the Instagram people that chimed in on the striper I got.
Yeah, cool, congratulations. Benny. Hey, thank you. Thanks to Jeff in the Fan Studios. Thanks to Adam for all he does. And next Saturday, Rick and Wayne are going to be here. I'll be up in Montana. We're going to give away that CalStar rod. That's going to be a freelance show. And then next Sunday, Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle along with Corey and Rick. Thanks for listening today. We'll see you next week right back here on Facebook and YouTube Live, 97.3 The Fan, and, of course, at Let's Talk Hookup.